Hello and welcome to our YouTube channel. Today we're looking at 50 celebrities who are afraid of flying. Number 1. Jennifer Aniston. A flight tire burst that forced the pilot to make an emergency landing while flying to Mexico for her 50th birthday. And that's what traumatized Jen. She has not recovered from the incident since. Number 2. Whoopi Goldberg. The Oscar winner was sitting in her balcony when she witnessed a horrific mid-air collision that has tainted her joy for flying. Whoopi has, however, managed to overcome her fear after taking a Flying Without Fear program at Virgin Atlantic. She also uses the technique of thought field therapy to cope to date. Number 3. Travis Barker. The drummer quit flying in 2008, and for a good reason. He and his best friend DJ AM were in a flight that ended up crashing, with everyone in the plane dying except the two. Unfortunately, DJ AM passed on a year later from drug overdose, leaving Travis as the only lone survivor. Travis has suffered severe survivor's guilt and PTSD since. Therapy is what helped him to cope, and more recently his fiancée Kourtney Kardashian, with whom he has flown since 2021. Number 4. Sandra Bullock. The Academy Award-winning actress was involved in a small plane crash back in the year 2000. Although they managed to make a safe landing, Sandra developed a serious flight terror, understandably so. Number 5. Megan Fox. Despite constantly traveling on planes, the star is terrified of flying. In an interview with Kelly Clarkson, Fox admitted that during takeoff, landing, and in turbulence, she listens to classic pop music to calm herself. Britney Spears' Oops album is her go-to choice. Number 6. William Shatner. Evil forces don't scare Captain Kirk from the original Star Trek series, but flying does. Surprisingly, the Canadian actor had such a huge fear of flying that he even turned down an opportunity of a lifetime to fly into space with Virgin Galactic. Number 7. Kyle Richards. The Real Housewives of Beverly Hills star has a serious anxiety, as she is frequently admitted on the show. Kyle has found that talking about it to her co-stars helps her alongside listening to Britney Spears' Toxic on the plane. Seems like Britney Spears has the right music for flight anxiety. Number 8. Ben Affleck. Another celebrity with a deathly flight fear is the Batman himself. Ben did not always fear flying, until a plane he was flying in was hit by lightning and caught fire mid-air. It didn't help that he was only 9 years old, and he was flying alone during the incident. That must have been pretty scary for a child. Number 9. Kate Winslet. Kate's fear of flying began when her ex-husband Sam was supposed to fly in one of the planes that was hijacked and crashed into the Pentagon on 9/11. Sam was lucky to miss the flight, a decision that saved his life. Not long after, the Titanic star herself was on a flight where a man tried to hijack the plane, forcing the pilot to make an emergency landing. Since then, flying became very terrifying for Kate. So much so that she and her ex-husband would not fly together because she was afraid of them crashing together and leaving their kids as orphans. Number 10. Kay Burley. You would think that the Sky News TV reporter who has covered some of the world's most disastrous zones would be the last person to fear flying. However, Kay has admitted to aerophobia, which was sparked by the 9/11 terrorist attack, whose effects she witnessed while covering the story. Number 11. Sean Bean. Flying on set during the filming of The Lord of the Rings was an uphill task for Sean, who's terrified by flights. While filming in New Zealand, the English actor refused to use helicopters to get into the mountains because he was afraid, so he had to walk everywhere, while his co-stars were comfortably flown around. Sean has said that he inherited the flight phobia from his parents, who also feared flying. Number 12. Wes Anderson. For as long as Wes can remember, he's always been afraid of flying. When he needs to travel to a place where a car or train cannot take him, he uses a boat. Number 13. Aretha Franklin. The late singer's flight phobia was ignited by massive turbulence in a small flight back in 1984, after which she was too afraid to ever fly again. Since then, she only traveled in a custom-made bus for her shows whenever possible. Number 14. Jennifer Connelly. It might not show in the Top Gun Maverick action drama, but the Academy Award-winning actress is so terrified of flying that bumps make her cry. She was deathly terrified to fly in the small P-51 plane alongside the fearless Tom Cruise during filming, but she did not let him know. Number 15. Holly Willoughby. The bubbly blonde TV personality has revealed that she gets nervous when flying. Holly developed aerophobia while presenting a show called Fear of Flying. She's taken steps to help her manage the fear through therapy. Number 16. DJ KHALED. A terrifying flight in the early 2000s left the Terror Squad DJ with memories so dark that he traveled exclusively by bus on tour for a whole decade. Interestingly, the rapper was inspired to try flying again when his son Assad was born in 2016. DJ KHALED told Forbes that seeing his son fly on planes as a baby challenged him to face his fears. Number 17. Miley Cyrus. Not only is Miley afraid of heights, she's also a nervous flyer. A harrowing flight to a music festival in UK scarred the singer, but it has also become her source of strength. She said that flying in the sky was what makes her feel strong because it was always one of her fears, and she loves conquering her fears. Number 18. Jennifer Lawrence. The Hunger Games actress has openly spoken of her aerophobia. Jennifer even hopped out of a plane during a flight due to fear. She, however, clarified to US Weekly that her fear is not being in the plane, but losing control of herself in the plane. Once, her private plane suffered a mid-air engine failure, requiring an emergency landing, and she listened to Lemonade by Beyoncé to stay calm. Number 19. Nick Jonas. Although he is a frequent air traveler, the Jonas brother hates flying. In a past interview with Cosmopolitan, Nick expressed that defying gravity is just terrifying. Number 20. Britney Spears. The 40-year-old artist, whose music calms nervous flyers like Megan Fox, has also been frank about her plane anxiety. The singer revealed that more often than not, she gets extremely scared when flying. Number 21. Shailene Woodley. While admitting that stepping into a plane makes her think of its crashing, the Big Little Lies actress also says that fear doesn't stop her from flying. Shailene has sought to conquer the fear by learning how to pilot a plane herself. Maybe a seat in the cockpit will make her feel more in charge. Number 22. Kirsten Dunst. After all the stunts she's live witnessed in the action-packed Spider-Man movies, the Marvel sequel actress is still frightened by flights. Kirsten gets so nervous during landing and takeoff, she has to wear active noise-canceling headphones to avoid the noise and stay calm. Number 23. Colin Farrell. The Irish actor does not like turbulence, and as a result, flying is not his cup of tea. He hates confinement, and sitting on a plane drives him crazy. Number 24. Billy Bob Thornton. You may not relate to this, but bright colors alongside flying are some of Billy Bob Thornton's worst fears. The nature of his phobia with planes, for a long time, was not the actual flying, but the possibility of crashing, a fear he is said to have overcome since 9/11. Number 25. Lucy Hale. For the Pretty Little Liars actress, flying and heights are outside of her comfort zone. She gets nervous for both. Number 26. Enrique Iglesias. The Latin singer battles with major flight anxiety, and any noise from the plane will completely throw him off. When a private jet lost engine mid-air over the Atlantic, the Bailando hitmaker freaked out and downed a bottle of vodka to help him calm down. Number 27. Gary Barlow. While the X Factor UK judge is constantly flying, he has to work himself up before getting into a plane. The singer has attributed his fear of dying to his aerophobia, something he hopes to manage through a fear of flying course he has sought to undertake at Virgin. Number 28. Kendra Wilkinson. If you sit next to Kendra in a plane, she will grab you with bated breath at any slight tension. The former Playboy Mansion model has stated that she suffers flight anxiety and that she's learning to operate an aircraft to overcome her fear. Number 29. ELISHA Cuthbert. The happy ending star is so afraid of flying, but her job requires her to fly frequently. So the actress has a ritual that she believes keeps her safe in the air. She prays and talks to her mom first, and she enters the plane with the right foot first. Number 30. John DeScala. His fear of flying led him to start a travel website. The travel blogger, better known as Johnny Jet, developed flight panic at the age of 18 after asthma diagnosis. He became fearful of getting an asthma attack in a flight, and for 3 years he could not fly. With the help of a homeopathic doctor, DeScala has slowly overcome his fear. Number 31. David Bowie. The late star made art from his traumatic flight experience in the 1970s. The English singer was known to write songs about space, and only take trains and boats after that stormy flight. Moonlight, Starman, Life on Mars, Space Odyssey, and Slip Away are among his renowned space-inspired songs. Number 32. John Madden. The former football legend would get claustrophobic when flying. His fear was associated with the tragic California Polytechnic State University's football team plane crash incident. Number 33. Ronald Reagan. Can you believe that the 40th President of the United States of America feared flying? The late president developed aviophobia after a turbulent flight in 1937, choosing to travel by train for the next 30 years. His political ambitions pushed him to overcome the fear in 1966 when he ran for the governor of California because he had to fly often. Number 34. Agnetha Faltskog. The Swedish singer had a natural fear of flying, which worsened after a traumatic flight experience during a US tour in 1976. When their private jet hit a tornado and failed at the first emergency landing attempt, Agnetha only took private coach for 8 years. The ABBA singer has admitted to requiring therapy to heal from the incident. Number 35. Stanley Kubrick. The American film director developed aerophobia after training as a pilot. Flying the single-engine craft, which he was licensed, drove his fear for the larger aircrafts, which he claimed to have compromising safety margins. Number 36. Doris Day. Due to flight anxiety, Doris refused several awards, including an honorary Oscar. Even when President George W. Bush awarded the movie star the Presidential Medal of Freedom, Doris could not travel to Washington, D.C. from Cincinnati, Ohio to collect the award. Number 37. Dennis Bergkamp. The former Arsenal football player revealed in his autobiography that he dreaded flying so much that when he joined Arsenal for Inter Milan in 1995, the Dutch footballer clearly stated that he would no longer travel on planes. Though a fitting candidate, the phobia also disqualified him from succeeding the Arsenal manager, Arsene Wenger. Number 38. Liz McLernan. The British pop singer started developing flight anxiety as their band, Atomic Kitten, was getting more and more famous. She began taking strong brandy before flights, but their busy schedule could not allow her to stay drunk. In 2013, the singer said that she stopped flying for 4 years due to the phobia. McLernan has since sought therapy and she can now fly again. Number 39. Kim Jochel. Kim is a world-class alpine skier who, for 8 years, has competed on global stages. She flies down ski slopes at speeds of up to 65 miles per hour, but when it came to flying in planes, she was extremely fearful. To overcome this fear, she had to learn how to fly a plane from her husband, who has been a commercial pilot for over 30 years. Number 40. Cortland Finnegan. Known as one of the NFL's most talented defensive backs, Finnegan fears flying to death. When he made it to the Pro Bowl in 2010, he actually thought of traveling to Miami on a cruise ship because he was afraid of flying. Number 41. R. Kelly. Flying is not among the singer's favorite things. Interesting fact, the I Believe I Can Fly hitmaker took his first transatlantic flight because of Nelson Mandela. When he was offered a chance to meet the late South African president, R. Kelly took the risk to meet his hero. After the flight, he said the journey had cured his aerophobia, but in 2013, he almost missed his Coachella performance because he was traveling by bus. Number 42. Muhammad Ali. One of the most prominent boxers, Ali, feared flying after a deathly 1-hour flight from Louisville to Chicago. The terrible experience forced Ali to buy a parachute that he took with him on every flight afterward. Number 43. Bobby Fischer. After rising into global fame at the age of 15, the American chess grandmaster became fearful of flying on planes at the prime of his career. Fischer was afraid the Russian intelligence agency, KGB, would blow up his plane. This was after Fischer defied US sanctions to play and beat his Russian opponent, Spassky, in Yugoslavia in 1976. KGB had power and heavy control of the world of chess at that time, preventing dissident chess players who had migrated from the West from winning matches and tournaments. Number 44. Irina Shayk. The Russian model has admitted to having a fear of plane flights, although she has interest in spaceflight. It would be fun to see her on an SI cover in a special jet-adorned swimsuit. Number 45. Royce White. Despite the high jumps on the court, this NBA player is terrified by heights and flights. The star has an anxiety disorder which affects every aspect of his life. Royce revealed in an interview that he uses bus transportation for much of the season's travel schedule. Number 46. Evel Knievel. A man that flew through the air and over mountains for a living is not supposed to be scared, right? Wrong. The stunt performer, who claimed to have no fear for anything, could not travel by plane. His genius excuse? He did not want to give anyone the opportunity to kill him before he killed himself. Number 47. Wayne Gretzky. The records he broke on ice makes him appear fearless, but Wayne had one major fear, and that was flying. Tragically, the hockey player was on one of the planes involved in the 9/11 terrorist attacks, an incident that a hypnotist has helped him recover from. Number 48. Jackie Jensen. Aviophobia cost Jackie his career. The baseball player retired just 3 years after winning the AL MVP award in 1958. Expansion of the major league to the west of US meant long plane trips for the teams, which led to Jensen's decision to quit the game completely. Number 49. James Harrison. The multiple NFL championship winner would rather miss President Obama's meeting than fly. When the president invited his team to the White House after winning the Super Bowl in 2009, Harrison skipped the event because he could not fly. Number 50. Jomo Kenyatta. The first president of Kenya, Jomo Kenyatta, feared flying so much that during his 15 years as a president, he only used a plane once. He developed flight phobia the night he was arrested by the colonialist and flown blindfolded to detention in a rickety police chopper. Thank you for watching.